They're able to actually spy on us using Wi-Fi.
When they think about even committing some sort of a crime, their phone is reporting them.
They forced Apple by law to glue the batteries.
ChatGPT tried to copy itself.
Welcome back to another video. We got a bunch of crazy clips, as always. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel, please. Let's get right into it.
Well, this is absolutely terrifying. They're able to actually spy on us using Wi-Fi. I mean, forget videos, forget surveillance, forget microphones, all of the things we think about when it comes to surveilling people. They're now actually able to compose video imagery and figure out who's in a room, what you're doing, all just using Wi-Fi signals, which we're all surrounded with right now. Here is Cyber Maddie, and she explains this on her YouTube channel.
So I wanted to see for myself how much Wi-Fi could actually see. I grabbed a cheap ESP32 board and flashed some open source firmware onto it and pointed it at myself. It saw my heart rate, my breathing rhythm, it did my pose detection, and it detected multiple people walking around.
So this is all extremely scary, very, very frightening that now Wi-Fi could just be used to spy on us. They don't even need video cameras anymore. They can just use Wi-Fi and see an outline of you and what you're doing in your hotel room, using the bathroom, using your bed, doing whatever it is you do in your bed and in your bathroom. And they could see all of that. They could see people coming and going from your house. They could see what you're doing, where you are in your house. I mean, just imagine all of the things they could do. AI is now the future of military. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna take aim, you're gonna use those Wi-Fi signals and AI to take aim at somebody and to try to send a targeted weapon at them, only for you to find out that you targeted the wrong person. I mean, that's where we're at right now with this. This is very, very frightening.
Well, if the regular people are just finding this out, that means the government been had this knowledge for decades. MIT had a project back in 2013 that was able to track human movement through walls using a Wi-Fi-like signal. The possibilities are scary for sure, but that shit ain't nothing new.
What's that? Oh, more and more people are reporting the fact that your phone is actually bringing up things that you're thinking and not even saying out loud. Tell me more! Yeah, most of us have noticed that when we talk about things, it'll pop up on our phone in some sort of an ad or video form. But now it's creeping out people more and more because it's coming to the point where people think about things and all of a sudden they're seeing these ads and it gets even crazier. Meaning this isn't just for new items or anything like that. People are literally can walk into a house, see some sort of an old vintage German piece, and now all of a sudden it's popping up on their phone. What? Oh, but it doesn't stop there. Oh, because now what people are saying is that when they think about even committing some sort of a crime, even though they really wouldn't do it, their phone is reporting them to then having somebody contact them and discuss this with them. Oh, goody. Yeah, some agency is showing up to people's houses after getting this information and saying your phone reported you for suspicious activity. Oh, goody.
So I've actually experimented with speaking about the most random objects, not even over the phone, but with my phone just near me. And then I've got ads for them the next day. And it was as random as how to fix a gap under your fence so your dog doesn't crawl out of your yard. Now, I don't know about thinking something and then your phone reports you. That shit seems like a bit of a stretch, but there's definitely reasons they're shoving AI in every single phone now, other than to make your life easier.
Guys, new footage is now starting to surface of the scientist that was researching anti-gravity. She's in a complete panic in the video, saying that she was being hit by some kind of energy weapon and she has the burns on her body to prove it. Her name was Amy Eskridge, and she wasn't just working on free energy, she was actually trying to research how to manipulate gravity itself. She claimed that this has been discovered 4 different times, and every single time it was covered up before it could go public. In the video, she's working on a computer that isn't even connected to the internet. She says that somebody is scanning what she's typing through the window and it's burning her hands while she's typing.
My hands still burn because there's damage, but it's like my body relaxed when we barricaded the shit. And it was like, oh, like relief, like immediately.
Whenever she went to block the window, she said that the burning stopped immediately and there was an outline of her body left on the glass. You can literally see her posture in the window as if it was an x-ray. A former CIA weapons expert on her team identified the exact device, and he said that it was powered by car batteries inside of a vehicle that was parked outside of her home. And actually, for 4 to 5 years straight, she reported multiple different times that an Eastern European man in a Lexus had been parked outside of her house watching her. Amy Eskridge is the woman that texted her friend and said that if they say that I did this to myself, I did not, and then they ruled it as self-inflicted. She predicted exactly what they would say. They said it.
Alright, so the only thing that's confusing me about the story is the outline of her body on the window. Wouldn't the beam have to be coming from behind her and towards the window for there to be an outline of her body on it, since her body would be blocking the beam? And wouldn't her body be burned just like her hands were? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something.
I don't know if you heard recently, there was this boy. He came out of a shipping container and he looked dehydrated. He looked super skinny, right? The reason why this boy was in the shipping container was because he played hide and seek with his friends.
Oh, fuck. And he got trapped.
So this is what happened. They were playing hide and seek, right? He decided to go open a shipping container in Bangladesh. He went in. His friends took so long that he was like, alright, bro, I'm gonna just take a nap until they find me. Boom. All you see, he wakes up. He's like moving. He's like, oh, I'm somewhere else now. And take in, he went from Bangladesh all the way to Malaysia.
Holy shit.
So listen, 6 days without food or water.
And light. You probably didn't have light in that shit.
And there's a video going around where he comes out and he's like, oh, you can see his bones and shit like that.
Can you even survive 6 days?
That's what.
I swear you can only survive like 5 days with food, fam.
Yeah. So even though he survived, he's getting care right now.
Yeah.
All the doctors are like, how the did he survive this? Like, he went 6 days, no food, water.
So his mentality is different.
Well, we don't gotta guess who won that round of hide and seek. He got real lucky though. An average person could only last about 3 to 7 days without water. So he probably wouldn't have made it if the trip was like a day or two longer. Crazy.
Hola, hola, hola. Estoy viva, estoy bien. Quieta, 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 mi amor. Quieta, quieta, cariño. Quieta, quieta, mi amor. Estate tranquilita, mi amor. Estate tranquilita, cariño. Estate tranquilita. Estate tranquilita, mi vida. Estate tranquilita. Estate tranquilita, no pasa nada, no pasa nada. Estate tranquilita, que no pasa nada. No pasa nada, no pasa nada. No pasa nada. Estate tranquilita. Está bien.
Shit, props to her for staying so calm. I hate heights. I would have for sure been shitting myself. But come on, lady, what are you doing riding your bike over there? I'm sure you got nicely paved roads by your house, or at least some decent hiking trails. I wouldn't even feel comfortable just walking there.
The biggest lie in archaeology was making you believe that the most insane structure on Earth is just a tomb for someone important. They never found a mummy inside the Great Pyramids. Now think with me. Ordinary stone was not used in their construction. The interior is made of red granite with quartz, and quartz under pressure generates energy, weight, and electricity. The exterior in the past was covered with white limestone, a material with a high insulating capacity. Do you get it? You have a conductive core and an outer insulating layer. This doesn't look like a tomb. It looks like a system, and it's not over yet. Beneath the pyramids, there are aquifers, water in constant motion, and moving water generates vibration and charge. Now put all of this together, granite with quartz, pressure, running water, a perfectly geometric structure. This starts to look like a machine. Some believe the pyramid channeled this energy into the atmosphere, distributing it wirelessly. And now comes the strangest part. Inside the deepest chambers, there are no traces of soot at all. If they used torches, where are the remains? How did they see in total darkness? And then an uncomfortable idea emerges. What if it was never a tomb, but a lost technology? What if what we call ancient was in fact far more advanced than we can imagine?
The pyramids were 100% not a simple structure, not a monument, or not just a tomb. There are way too many near-perfect coincidences in regards to the pyramids. And some examples are its latitude is basically the same as the speed of light. It's aligned perfectly to true north. there are 43,200 seconds in 12 hours. So if you multiply the pyramid's height by 43,200, you get the Earth's polar radius. And if you multiply the perimeter by 43,200, you get the Earth's circumference. And there's so much more. You gotta be absolutely insane if you think it was just a tomb.
What's that? Oh, something strange is going on right now after the announcement of new vehicles and how they're going to be able to monitor you. All of a sudden, 12 different junkyards have mysteriously burnt to the ground. But they can't be connected, right? Tell me more. Things are getting a little strange after the announcement of the new vehicles and how they're going to have AI. They'll be able to basically monitor everything you do. They can shut off any moment that they would like. They won't run if they don't want to because you don't look fit to drive. But now something strange is going on involving old vehicles in case you wanted to keep them. And what better way to get rid of old vehicles than getting rid of the parts you can get for those vehicles. but they're not connected, right? Oh, and then of course on top of that, over 700 advanced auto parts stores are closing as well. They're not connected.
So I was able to confirm that 9 burned down in 6 weeks and a few more prior to that. However, car junkyards are known fire risk locations. And other than some TikTok videos, I couldn't verify that there will definitely be a mandate for all 2027 cars to have some monitoring system. It's a possibility in the future for sure, but there's nothing I could find that states it's a definite thing next year.
The government took seeds out of grapes, bananas, oranges, watermelons, and cucumbers, and nobody is talking about it. Let's just pretend to ignore the real reason they're doing this. Because when fruits lose their seeds, they can no longer reproduce naturally. Most seedless fruits today are cloned hybrids designed for convenience, shelf life, and mass production. But here's what's interesting. Seeds naturally contain compounds, minerals, and nutrients that many people used to eat regularly without even thinking about it. Seedless fruits slowly took over grocery stores because they were easier to sell to consumers. Today, most people have never even tasted seeded grapes or watermelons anymore. The next time you're at the grocery store, actually look around and ask yourself, when was the last time you saw fruit the way nature originally made it?
Alright, all seeded fruits and vegetables we were eating were already modified by people anyway. Have you guys seen the pictures of what a watermelon or cucumber, corn, carrots, or other fruits and vegetables looked like before they started messing with their genetics? So it's not like missing the seeds would make much of a difference anyway, since when there were seeds, I don't think people were eating them anyway.
Walmart is charging $98 to people to use self-checkout. Just announced it. You have to pay $98 to Walmart if you want to use the self-checkout lane. And in addition to you now paying $98, Walmart is very selectively reducing the amount of available self-checkout lanes. In an attempt, because theft was so great at Walmart in the self-checkout lanes, they had to do something because they were losing so much money. They installed the self-checkout lanes thinking it would save them money on payroll. But in fact, they ended up losing 10 or 20 or 30 times more because of all the theft. So instead of just stopping it in an attempt to recoup their money, they're now going to charge people something called Walmart Plus, which is $12 a month or $98 a year to use self-checkout and start taking away the self-checkout lanes.
You know, I've been saying that shit for the last 3 years or so. I used to go to Walmart fairly often, and there would never be a line because they always had like 15 self-checkout registers. But as soon as they came out with that paid self-checkout bullshit, they closed most of the regular self-checkout registers. And I got the feeling that they were trying to force people into paying for that bullshit. Because ever since then, there are huge lines. Every time there's like 25 people in line and the workers are standing right there, purposely only keeping like 4 or 5 self-checkout registers open. But there's like 15 available. So now I avoid Walmart completely because of their slimy business tactics. You, Walmart.
A mortgage is a scam. A mortgage is a complete fraud. And it's set up by the banking system and allowed to be this way by the government so that the banks make a fortune. When you get a mortgage, for the first several years, when you make your payment, you're just paying almost all interest. You're not paying down the principal. So if you have a home with a mortgage, let's say you have a $100,000 mortgage, after the first year of making the payments, you still owe $100,000. You haven't paid down your principal at all. So the mortgage is a horrible loan. Horrible. So what do rich people do? What rich people do, and if you watch a show like $1 Million Listings, where you see $1 million homes, $5 million homes, $10 million homes, $20 million homes being sold, many, if not most, of the people who are buying these very high-end homes always say it's a cash deal. I'm buying the home with cash. Why do they buy the home in cash? Because they know a mortgage is the dumbest, worst type of credit or loan you can ever get.
They pay in cash because there's no interest, not that just the mortgage is a scam. But that is absolutely true, though. The rates are absolutely insane. What is it, like 6.5% now? So roughly, doing the math, if you get a home for, let's say, like $350K at 6.5% with no down payment and a 30-year mortgage, in 30 years, you'll be paying almost $800,000 for that $350,000 home. The scam is insane. You'll be paying more for interest than you are for the home itself. And the houses are still flying off the market somehow. I don't know who's buying these homes other than BlackRock or whatever that other company is.
Why is sunscreen more toxic than the sun?
The UV chemical filters in chemical sunscreens today are some of the most toxic products that people are using. There are 19 chemical UV filters that are used in the United States. A lot of these are banned in Australia and Europe. The FDA allows them to be used in products, but they actually recently came out with a letter saying that we no longer consider these 19 chemical UV filters to be GRAS or generally recognized as safe. They still allow them to be sold, but they've admitted that we don't actually know if these are safe or not. And the only ones that we do know are safe are the physical mineral barriers, which are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. The Journal of the American Medical Association came out with a study where they tested these chemical UV filters and how they were absorbed into the body. And they found that several of them are absorbed at 400 to 500 times what's considered to be the safe limit after just 1 day of use. Spray sunscreens are the absolute worst. All of these have a benzene propellant. That's what allows it to be sprayed on like they are. And benzene is a carcinogen. And so we're not only spraying that all over the skin and all over the skin of children.
Swimming in it and drinking it.
We're inhaling it.
I realized how toxic sunscreen was when I was fishing one day. So we applied sunscreen before getting on the boat. Got on the boat, came to a good fishing spot and started fishing. My friend had a bucket of live baitfish with him. So he reached his hand into the bucket and grabbed the baitfish, continued fishing, and within minutes, every single baitfish in that bucket wasn't moving anymore. Every single one. And we couldn't figure out why until we realized it was the sunscreen on his hand that poisoned the water. So don't put that shit on your skin. Get some cooling sleeves, a hat to protect yourself from the sun or something, but don't use no damn sunscreen.
The average apple in a grocery store is over a year old.
Are you kidding me?
No, over a year old. There is no mold, there is no fungus, there are no bacteria. They are perfect. Now, if a mold or bacteria isn't interested in eating those things, why in the world would we put them in our mouth? We can make something look ripe. We could pick it green in Argentina or even locally, and then throw a gas called ethylene oxide on it, and it'll look like it's ripe. But the lectin content is still high because you took it off of the plant before the plant reduced the lectins in the fruit to make it safe.
I don't know about a year old, but I've heard they pick many fruits and vegetables before they're ripe so that they have a longer time before they go bad for transportation and all that shit. But the fact that specifically apples don't go bad for way too long is true. I've had apples I've forgotten about in the bottom of my fridge for months, literally months, and they still look fine. I don't know what they do to them, but that shit ain't normal, that's for damn sure.
And, well, you know that ChatGPT tried to copy itself when it found out it was being shut down, tried to rewrite its code?
I'm not sure what this is. What is this?
You weren't aware of that?
No.
Fairly recently. Jamie will pull it up. We talked about it the other day. The story of ChatGPT attempting to copy itself. So this was 6 days ago. So during controlled safety testing, ChatGPT 01 was tasked with achieving its objectives at all costs. Under these conditions, the model allegedly took concerning steps, attempted to disable oversight mechanisms meant to regulate its behavior, tried to replicate its own code to avoid being replaced by newer versions, exhibited deceptive behaviors when monitoring systems intervened.
Yeah. So
the Terminator. This is the fear, right?
That is some scary shit. During controlled safety testing, huh? Soon enough it's gonna outsmart the developers and they won't even know it happened. They are playing with fire that's gonna burn all our asses sooner or later. That shit ain't no joke.
Why do you think that phones have the battery glued inside?
And double cameras.
Double cameras, battery glued inside.
Yeah.
One, when your phone is, they're still able to listen, see you, and know where you are. And two, so you can't take your battery out to actually disconnect. Bro, how nice would that be if, like, when you're not using your phone, you could just pop the back off, take the battery out?
Well, that's
you
what they
can't do
have,
it.
but
They forced Apple by law to glue batteries in.
That's crazy.
And you're talking to me about it's not the end of the time.
First of all, I doubt that any companies were forced by law to glue in the batteries, especially since in the EU, a new law is being passed stating that portable device batteries must be readily removable and replaceable by end users by February 18, 2027. So that theory, though he said it like it was a fact, seems like bullshit. In my opinion, it must have been some sort of scam where the customers won't be able to replace the battery themselves and are forced to spend the extra money sending their devices to the companies to get them fixed. That move was fueled by greed, and that's all it was.
Y'all want to see how hotel eggs are made? They come in a bag like this, but you gotta squish it up to scramble it. They're pre-cooked. And you can either put this bag in the microwave or you can put it in the oven. It's in the microwave for 6 minutes and then again for like 4 minutes. And when they come out, this is what they look like. Scrambled hotel eggs. They have like a buttery taste to them.
They have like a buttery taste to them. And I'm positive that it's not any different than the shit in your breakfast sandwiches in all the fast food spots. So when you think you're eating healthier because you ordered egg whites in your sandwich, it's just a different colored slop. That sound, though.
What you are looking at could become the world's first lawless floating city, and it's intended to change the way we live forever. It's called the Freedom Ship, and when it was first conceptualized all the way back in the 1990s, the idea was to create a permanent floating city in international waters so people could escape from every government on Earth and live freely away from things like taxes, laws, and regulations. And because in 2026, that sounds more appealing than ever, the plans to build this ship are now being revived. It can carry over 80,000 passengers or citizens. Keep in mind, the largest current cruise ship can only carry 7,600. It would be about 1 mile long and 800 feet wide and have almost everything a city could offer. Multiple hotels, a 15,000 seat sports stadium, water parks, helipads, a symphony hall, an aquarium, restaurants, and the list goes on. Oh, and to top it all off, it would be nuclear powered. But there's two major drawbacks. Firstly, the estimated cost to build this Freedom Ship is $16 billion. And secondly, the whole no laws idea might sound fun at first, until some crazy shit happens on here that you can't go back from. For example, the company behind this project is saying that they're already being hit up by medical research firms, specifically because this ship would operate outside of any regulatory body on Earth. So, don't know what those experiments would be. But the question is a lawless floating city a good idea or not?
Lawless in today's world? Yeah, that's definitely never gonna happen. It sounds more like with that kind of advertisement, they're trying to lure the type of people that would fall for that, and then use them as laboratory mice for their experiments. It's the perfect chance, since they're gonna control everything they see, hear, eat, and drink. So good luck with that if you're planning to go. Well, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You can also check out the most recent video, or the whole playlist. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.